when I thought of the summary, we basically have, if you look on the agenda, it says key takeaways and next steps. But I was thinking about the State of the Union when the President tells the Speaker of the House what the State of the Union is. So I would say here that all of you assembled, that the state of the practice, which is the name of our meeting, I think is robust based on today, but there's room for improvement, and cooperation and collaboration is paramount. That's what I would encapsulate as kind of what I heard today. Now, that being said, when we finished the workshops that we had on the frameworks, we asked each of the moderators or the facilitators to give us back what they thought were the key points to be made. And I'm probably going to ask our three moderators to do that, to just reflect on what was discussed and pull some of that forward, because now the question really is, we've had a full day of ideas, conversations, and it's a matter of how to draw together and summarize the discussion and put it on a forward track that makes sense, that's based on the reality of time management and budget constraints and geographical constraints and the like. But clearly, I think we can focus on a few things that would really move things forward together. So I was going to ask a few people at random what they thought were the key takeaways from today. We could do that, or we could defer it to the evaluation that we're going to get to everybody probably tomorrow or the next day, where we're going to ask you for what you thought were the key takeaways, and also some input for our next meeting, which is in September, which I'll talk about in a moment. Do we think that it would be useful to ask Annie, do you feel like giving a key takeaway, or would you rather, you look real tired over there. I don't know. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, so back to, where we're headed here. I mentioned that the best practice approach frameworks that we had, and following from that, we set up a multi-stakeholder committee for the sole purpose of identifying ways to expand circulation of the best practice frameworks and site-specific application opportunities. So we have the structure for a multi-stakeholder, which includes NOAA, DOI, some companies, and some others. And one of the things that came out of that was and has come out of several of our meetings, is the importance of the next generation. That we do have a lot of retirements. We've had a lot of retirements in the government. We've also had a lot of retirements in the private sector. And so we have targeted, along with this meeting for 2025, what's called an intergenerational cross-training workshop. And the NRD Standing Committee has talked about that since day one, literally back to 1999, about how we could do cross-training, how we could, because I know we have training courses. And then Annie Gibbs, at our 2018 State of the Practice meeting, we had a whole panel on that, and it's taken us this long to then move to a specific meeting on that. So we are focusing an intergenerational cross-training workshop, and some of you in the room will be tapped for that meeting, but the reason you haven't heard from us is because we've been very focused on this meeting. But I do want to announce that Eva Vrana, who is the Assistant Secretary for Policy and Environmental Management with Interior, will be our lunch speaker. So if you look at our draft internal agenda for that, it's got a lot of names with question marks, and then it's got Eva that she's confirmed. So we thank you for facilitating that, Emily. And that is going to be very much of a workshop. It's going to be a hands-on. It's going to take some of the principles that we've discussed here and actually try to work some cases. So we'll be in touch with people on that, and probably put out, even in the evaluation, some options for how we run that meeting. But it would need to be, interactive in order for it to be useful, and we still have to give a web option, in this world that we're in now. So that's all going on. The only other thing to mention is that on the table outside, we have the 100 best restaurants in Washington that were published in Washingtonian Magazine if people are looking for wonderful places to go for dinner tonight. And we've posted a few resources to the meeting website, but as I said, we're open to other people suggesting some documents. We put the gold standard on, which was suggested by Amanda, and I thought that was a great idea. I read that, and certainly does take your breath away. So I think so at any rate, I can't thank you enough for just the exchange today and the level of experts and speakers and longtime friends, and it's all been really good. So does anyone, and John, thank you for your excellent analysis and discussion. Is there anyone who in the whole room here first who wants to say anything? Anything that we've left out? No, everybody's maxed out. Anyone on the web who would like to say anything? I like to be participatory. Okay. All right. Well, with that, thank you all. Oops, somebody wants to say something. Who is it?
Hi, Barbara.
Oh,
Good to see you. Thanks
hi.
for pulling this together.
You're
And
welcome.
I just want to say to our federal trustees and family there in the room, hang tight, and we're here for you if you need us.
That is a very nice message. Yep. And everybody hang tight. So thanks, Rebecca. So thanks everyone for being here and contributing. And we will be getting you the evaluation, and we really need everyone to fill it out because it's not going to be just what you think of the speaker. It's going to be some reflection on what you've heard today and where we need to go from here. But clearly there's a lot that's working. There's a lot that we could improve, but we have to judiciously choose what we target. And then keep trucking. So thanks, everyone.